Hey there, friends. Happy Monday. Happy June 1st. I'm King 5 meteorologist Ashley Ruiz, taking a deeper dive into the forecast because we have more changes up ahead. Highs today in the 70s, highs in the 80s. Tomorrow, widespread 80s. Something to look forward to. June 2nd, tomorrow, is our first 9 o'clock sunset. And we won't have sunsets before 9 o'clock again until later in July. Something to look forward to as we inch closer and closer to the summer solstice. We are going to cool things down once again as we head into the middle half of the week as we get the return of onshore winds, more clouds, and eventually decent rain chances. So I'll break it all down for you coming up. We have that ridge of high pressure that's keeping things quiet and warm and bright and sunny. However, we have this system to the east and northeast of us, bringing some showers to northeastern Washington as well as Montana and Idaho, but especially up in Canada. And so this is going to be close enough that we get some of these high clouds streaming in. And let's talk about the upper air weather pattern, what's going on. So today, tomorrow, this ridge is going to keep us warm and dry. There's that system to our east, and then we are going to have a stronger system starting to develop way offshore, so in the open Pacific. But into Tuesday, we're going to have a thermal trough developing, and so essentially what's going to happen is we're going to get a push of offshore winds that's going to help really heat things up as it moves inland. So starting along the coast, and then it moves inland on Tuesday. Then we get to Wednesday. So the ridge starts to weaken and it flattens, and you see how the colors and the lines start to diverge a little bit. This is going to be this one disturbance, that weak disturbance that's going to move in Wednesday, and a weak front as well. So it's going to bring us more clouds, cooler conditions as we get the return of onshore winds and shower chances. But this onshore flow is going to keep things cool. It's going to bring us more clouds in place, and temperatures will drop closer to normal Thursday and Friday, but we have some decent rain chances too. It's not going to amount to much, but better than staying on the dry side or totally on the wet side, which will happen on Saturday as this trough starts to dig to the south and it moves over much of the region. That's going to lead to higher rain chances as well as the chance for a thunderstorm. It's not a guarantee, but the chance is definitely there, especially up in the mountains. So Saturday's going to be the coolest day and the wettest day. So we'll go from 70s, 80s down to 60s and 70s, and then widespread 60s with a few spots in the 50s as we head into Saturday. So this warm up is not going to be a prolonged heat event, kind of similar to the past couple of weeks where we've had temperatures climb quickly into the 70s and 80s, but then we cool things down. So it is going to be two relatively hot days. Obviously, it depends on what is hot to you, but Tuesday is going to be hot pretty much for everyone, especially if you don't have AC. Let's take you outside where we have nothing but blue sky. There are some of the high clouds I was telling you about. Even Lake Chelan, you see the high clouds painting the sky. We see the mountain, it's clear as day, and a beautiful view from our Queen Anne camera. Again, the mountain is out. You see maybe a little bit of haze off in the distance, and you can see it better on our Tacoma cam. So some low clouds, if not some haze at the moment, but still we'll have northerly winds today, keeping the air mixing. So any low clouds that we see or any haze, that should mix out. And we're not expecting any major drops in our air quality or anything like that. So it's not a stagnant weather pattern, but it's going to be a warm weather pattern. Highs today, low and mid 70s north, and then mid and upper 70s south. It's going to be warm everywhere. Even the islands will be nice and warm. So great to get out on the water, maybe take a ferry, but don't forget if you're going to be in the water, the air temperature is hot, the water is not. It is still dangerously cold anywhere you go. Puget Sound, the Pacific coast, even our lakes are still on the cooler side. So Lake Sammamish and Lake Washington still in the low and mid 60s. So that could be dangerous, especially if you are going to be submerged in the water. But don't worry, we have our warmer days up ahead. A very extended look at some of your warmer days. The Mariners at home starting a new series against the Mets. 6:40 is first pitch, and temperatures are going to be nice and mild. We'll have those high clouds moving in, and as I mentioned, going to be quite nice out on the water, not too choppy, 2 feet or less for wave heights, and plenty of sun to enjoy. North winds generally 5 to 10 knots. Tomorrow morning, waking up to the low and mid 50s, so my advice is still open the windows tonight. Let some of that cool air in if you don't have AC especially, because again, tomorrow's going to be very hot, and even as we go into Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, it's going to be even warmer. We're going to have a difficult time cooling. So take full advantage of your natural AC for tonight. Mid 70s tomorrow for the islands, interior areas, low and mid 80s, and then same for North Sound, low and mid 80s, Gold Bar 85, Monroe 86, around 85 in Renton and Redmond, right around 85 as well, Auburn 86, and then taking you farther south, Puyallup 88 degrees, Olympia 87. The closer you are to Oregon, especially in Portland, in the low and mid 90s. The beach is going to be on the warm side too, mid and upper 60s, and then Shelton 86 degrees. So wherever you go, it's going to be warm. You factor in the fact that we have lower humidity moving in, that north wind, we have hot conditions and possibly a push of offshore winds. Not going to be all too on the strong side, but still that could elevate our fire weather risk, especially into Tuesday. Tuesday looks to be the day where we'll have the lowest relative humidity, down to maybe 20% or so, and that will increase the risk for our fire danger. It's not a guarantee. We don't have any alerts in place, but it's just a sign of the times that we're entering fire weather season. Thankfully, we'll get onshore winds again. We'll get cooler conditions, so more moisture in the air for fewer issues. Now, on the Futurecast, just showing you what I'm talking about with those high clouds moving in. Here's this afternoon. You see how we get this batch of high clouds around sunset, and typically with high clouds, unless they're super thick, they usually lead to some really colorful sunrises, and in this case, sunsets. So if we have a beautiful sunset tonight, snap a photo, send them our way. We would love to see them. Tomorrow morning, we'll have generally clear skies. Our day's going to be on the sunny side with increasing clouds as we head into Tuesday night. Wednesday, increasing chance that we could get some showers. I mentioned with that front, initially it wasn't showing much in the way of rain chances, really favoring the mountains more so. Either way, we have some shower chances. Nothing heavy though. Then we get into Thursday, waking up to some low clouds as we get another disturbance just moving in, enough moisture to get some showers. But it's Friday into Saturday. That's when we're going to get this stronger system moving in. It's cold core system, so we are going to have some colder air aloft, not just at the surface, and so thunderstorms are possible because of that instability in place. So especially in the mountains, if you're planning on hiking or camping this weekend, definitely going to be something to keep in mind into Saturday, and then Sunday's rain chances look to be lower. I mentioned rain totals are not going to be all too outrageous, so basically Wednesday through Sunday night, the models are picking up on the potential of maybe 1/4 of an inch for Puget Sound, up to maybe 1/2 of an inch. Some spots maybe even higher than that, especially the coast, maybe up into some of the passes, up to an inch or so of rain. But again, that's over the span of several days. Let's talk about the seasonal temperature outlook. This is a product from the Climate Prediction Center. It's not saying that, oh, we're going to have well above average temperatures or for 3 months straight. As you well know, we get some cooler conditions. We get some rain chances, even though the outlook favors, in our case, well above average temperatures. And so going June to August, that's when we start to get into the 70s, and then for an average temperature, and then eventually into the 80s as well. So we may have some pretty hot days up ahead. At least that's what the weather pattern is favoring. And unfortunately, possibly close to below normal precipitation as well. And we know that the summer months are typically our driest months anyway, but possibly below normal normal, so we'll see. So drought conditions will likely begin, which is not good, obviously, for our fire weather season. So looking ahead, enjoy the sun, especially if you like the warm weather. Just take it easy, especially if you're going to be outside, direct sun, especially you work outside. And don't forget about your pets in the heat as well. Can't forget about that. So today, 70s, tomorrow 80s, 60s and 70s Wednesday. And as I mentioned, the coolest day comes on Saturday, about 61 degrees, possibly only 50s for some of you. Beyond the 7-day forecast, you see how temperatures go down, they go up, but still favoring 60s and 70s. So no major cold snaps or anything expected. Remember, you can always find a detailed look at your forecast like this on King 5 Plus, as well as our YouTube page. You can download our free King 5 app and find a detailed and written discussion about the forecast on king5.com.